What an interesting prompt. Hey y'all, APG Jamie here. And today brings us hashtag third Sunday prompt. And this month it was metal matters. Y'all. So I had this idea of making a mini piano roll. Okay, y'all know they were all the rage here somewhat recently. Anyway, I wanted a little one. So I set my brain to thinking about it. And so we're going to be doing that today. We're starting off with an altoid tin because everybody knows you have to have a tin to put your piano roll in. Well, that or a piano. I didn't have a mini piano. So we're starting off with some anyway, description contains a list of ingredients, y'all. And so we're just putting that, smooshing that across the altoids top, and then we will set that aside to dry. Oh, we put the crochet lace on there. So I've decided I would have been better off using a wooden skewer, but I didn't. Thank you, telephone. I used a coffee stir stick instead because I'm thinking, we're going to try to make as many things as possible, as many different surfaces as possible, metallic-ish, okay? And wooden skewer would have been better. So anyway, I have this plastic stir stick and we're painting it with black gesso, and I'm going to put it on my makeshift paper bead dryer hook thing that we did quite a while back. And we've got some little wooden dots. They're like little hoes, like when you punch a hole, only they're wooden. I got a little bag of wooden circle things from the Joann's, from Joann's. Oh, bless my heart, y'all. And we're just essentially treating everything the same. These are paper hole reinforcers. I have two different styles because I wasn't sure which one I wanted to use in the end. Of course, now I know which ones I use, but I'm not telling you yet. So black gesso on everything. We're going to use some three different waxes and a patina paint later. Okay, all that's drying right now. So I wanted to use, I needed something to give you the essence of piano paper, which, it's the automatic pianos. You put the little roll in there and you push go and it plays the little tune like a hurdy-gurdy, y'all. And so I had that die and I thought, yeah, that's perfect. So I used that there Sizzix thingy. Again, description has the information for what I use. Oh, and hopefully we have some other links down there for other people who were moved to join the Open Collab Metal Matters third Sunday prompt. Okay. Otherwise, search out the hashtag on whatever platforms you're on, y'all. So I did my little die cutting, and it's essence of, piano rolls don't have near that many holes in them. Okay. It's just a few here and there scattered about to play the tune. Okay, this is pretend. This is essence of. Okay, and because I have holes too close to the sides, I thought, well, we'll just put some little strips of paper on there. This is tea-dyed paper, or it could be some of the acorn. It's probably acorn. I don't remember, y'all. It's just gets all mushed up over there in my paper pile. So just reinforcing that. Somebody should have taken better measurements than, So now we've got this teeny tiny script stamp, again, Joann's, and I'm just putting it on there. And as y'all know, if one's good enough, 100's more better. Something like that. So we're just putting that around because sometimes they have lyrics on typically not, because they're inside the piano and can't nobody see that inside there. But I do know, because I have a real piano roller too somewhere. I couldn't find them, or I would have taken a picture to show you what a real piano roll looks like. Anyways, they do have some numbers on there. They're probably stock numbers or song numbers or something like that. Now this particular piano roll does have a song that's associated with it. Some of you may be familiar with Our Song is a new song. And we will get to that in a little bit. First, we're, stamping out some numbers and stuff like that. And this particular stamp set had a number that said style and a numerical number on there. And I thought, how perfect is that? So now we're back to making the roll. This is our plastic stir stick, like I've said. So here comes our little wax patinas. I believe these are primas. There's a Hero Arts, and then there's also, it was on the end cap at Texas Art Supply with the other waxes, with the waxes like this one. And I thought it was a wax, but it wasn't. It's actually a paint, but whatever, same difference. And it's rust, and So here we are, we'll patina them up, because we're going to try to make this stuff look like metal, because metal matters. Okay? So that's the premise here. Essence of piano roll, metal. Okay? And I'm showing what it looks like before the wax and what it looks like after. Don't know if you could really tell. I could tell in real life. They look like metal to me. And we know that's all that really matters, right? Well, more or less. Okay. So today's video is like 21 minutes, includes the photo montage that you must stay for. You must. It's the law. So we're hooking that back on our paper bead hook so it can dry, and we're just tippy tapping our little wooden disc circles and our hole reinforcers. Okay, and we're trying to make them look like metal. Metal's got rusty, it's got different colors, it's got some shimmer, doesn't have some shimmer. I don't have any silver wax, but I have this here white pearly stuff, Hero Arts. I was really impressed with it, believe it or not. Anyway, so we're putting that on there because it's kind of silver, essence of silver. Everything's an essence of today. Okay. So we're putting that on there. I don't know. I want 4, but I don't know which ones I want yet. I know I already said that. So because I need my plastic stir stick to sort of set into the wooden disc thingy, I'm going to put some little divots in there with this Fisker's hole punch. It's before I had to crop it out. I'm not putting a hole all the way through. And again, after the fact, I should have used hot glue. Would have been way more butter. Because as it was, I used Fabri-Tac to glue the ends on to the plastic stick. You'll see all that will come up in any day in 20 minutes or something. And I ended up putting art glitter glue around it to help hold it and reinforce it and stuff like that. So in the end, it's fine. But it would have been better to have used hot glue from Kitco and a wooden skewer. Say that. That's hard for a Texican to say. Wooden skewer, y'all. So here we are with our piano roll. And if I had measured more butter, I wouldn't have to trim. But I'm having to trim. I had to trim a fair amount off. And I probably could have used a little bit more trimming. To see, real piano rolls are, rolled up on a metal tube or a heavy cardboard. And in this case, we're going with a metal tube. And they have these little circles on the end, sort of like disc, that, you know, slide into, think of a toner going into a printer, okay? You know, fancy laser printer thing. Anyway, and the end that has the hook on it of the piano roll is cut like a tag, y'all. So that's why we did that. So now we got to roll it up on our metal tube, aka coffee stick stirrer. And I remembered I had the paper bead twisty turny things. So we're gonna practice rolling our paper up a little bit. So it's like it's got to learn that it's a roll now. It's a piano roll. So yeah, we're gonna get it started that way, and we're gonna use some double-sided tape. And you know, we've had this discussion before. I'm not the brightest bulb in the outlet in the fixtures. Sometimes I'm more like a blinking fluorescent. Tried to put that on there. Seriously, I did try it, but it didn't work. So I smooshed it on the paper instead. Hopefully there's links below for y'all to watch some other mental matters. Okay, so an open collab. You want to play? That information is below as well. So we're going to roll it up. And there we are. We're all rolled up. See how cute that is. And now we're going to glue our, are we going to glue our disc, or are we going to glue those on? I don't remember. I just edited this 20 minutes ago, and I don't remember. Well, I need my afternoon coffee. Just saying. So glad I like coffee. Anyway, I decided I'm going to use the that one, not the other one. The other one is more like what's on an actual piano roll. But this size looked a little better. Technically, they're probably the same size. I don't know. So we're gluing 2 of them back to back. You know, because it's supposed to be metal. And we're using 4 all together. So 2 back to back and 2 back to back. And then they will get glued on to the end of our Essence of Piano roll. At some point, we'll do that. I don't know when. So I think I stick those onto the coffee stick. So I'm like, oh, not even that. We're not even doing that yet. And everybody says, bless your heart, APG. So we're going to use some gloss varnish because it's supposed to be metal. So it needs to be somewhat shimmery, shiny-ish. Oh, here's a Fabri-Tac. We're going to glue that onto our plastic stick. This is where we should have used hot glue. Would have been much better. So we're going to fiddle that around. And like I said, I will reinforce it with art glitter glue later. And you won't even see that part because, you know, you won't see it because it didn't get filmed. That's why. So here we are back to our tin. And that's probably dry enough. I mean, it didn't dry overnight or nothing. It just dried for, I don't know, a couple hours or something. And we're going to paint that with the black gesso. And you don't have black gesso? Black paint works too. Just saying. I've not had an issue with this trying to come off. Now, my idea was this was going to look like old wore out tin can where the tin is starting to you know, rusty up and all that kind of junk. It doesn't end up looking like that. Instead, what I went for was, you know how we're talking way olden days, way back olden days, even before my time. They would have boxes or tins, you know, wooden boxes or tins covered with leather. Now we're, you know, think this will end up looking like a piece of fancy leather that was on top of a fancy treasure box, okay? It's old and it's wearing it out, okay? That's what it to me. that's what it ends up kind of like, okay? So here's our rust color. Actually, the colors worked out really well. You know, if you've ever seen an actual worn out piece of leather covering a box or a piece of furniture, some kind of thing like that. Yeah. Essence of, people. Essence of. I have it right here. And it's, yeah, it's perfect. I never did take the words altoids off the bottom, though. So, don't look at the bottom. Okay. So we're using the same waxes, same everything, because it's a set and it's all supposed to look like, it's supposed to be together, okay? Work with me, people. Okay. Have a good time. All right. What did you do for Metal Matters prompt? Third Sunday prompt, huh? Okay, so we're going to glue our little tab onto the piano roll. And let's just go ahead with our song. Is a new song. Yeah. Happy dee-ba-dee-dee-dee. Blah, blah, yada, yada. But crack, don't never. La, 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 singing. All a popo under glass with laughing off your you know what. Maybe not every time, but for sure the first time. Yeah. Happy art diddy. La la stencil stacked on the floor. All the papers in the air with paint on clothes. Everybody knows we got it so up and down with slow stitching all around. Yeah. Happy de bop de diddy. Blah blah yada yada. But crack gap. Anyway, so we're going to do the inside of the lid on the tin. And we were using the, aluminum tape. This is actually a little bit wider than what I got. My husband picked this up at the hardware store somewhere. I don't know. So we put it on to some scrap cardstock. We have embossed it with a lacy embossing folder. Now I'm actually using a ruler to find out what size I might ought to cut it to fit inside the lid of the tin. I know, because I want to cover up the inside where it says Altoid. I didn't worry about the printed bottom that says Altoid, just the inside, okay? So now we're going to use that turquoisey wax stuff on it. And I was going to cut it and then put that on there. And I thought, no, let's put it on there because it might be easier. And it was indeed easier. So we've got it all trimmed up, and we're going to round the corners. And I'm using, that three corner rounder. And I'm used the one in the middle. And it's not quite right, so we're going to go with the bigger one, and then it just pops right in there perfectly, y'all. Look at that. It's like, ta-da! And I'm going to be using glossy accents to adhere that on the inside because I need something that will kind of thickish, and Aileen's original tacky glue may have probably worked. But I know glossy accents is supposed to be really good for metal. And even though it's aluminum, I don't know how UK people say it. It's just, anyway, I say it Texarkana, tinfoil. No, I call it aluminum. Anyway, tinfoil. We're putting that on the inside, and that just looks so good. It's like, yeah. And I didn't put anything on the bottom. Oh, here we are, the flip-flop time. See, it looks like a wore-out piece of leather. It does, people. And you open it up, and our little treasure's all wrapped up in a fancy tissue paper. Look at it, y'all. The piano roll. A little mini piano roll. It's just a piece of string. We're in real time now, not hyperdrive like Look at that. It looks so cool. It's essence of piano roll, everybody. And it didn't need to be anywhere near that long. And here comes our song, which, needs to be in the tin. Ta-da! Photo montage. Okay. It's cute, all right? And it obviously has made me happy because it's tickled my funny bone. And I'm I'm pretty pleased. It's like a few things I would have done different, if I were to do it again. But we all know I probably won't never do this project again because, I could, Check the description for information on the open collab, possible links, and ingredients. Thanks for watching, and happy artin', y'all. Tip up to Diddy.